So before we get into this, if you have not served at all in any branch of the military, this video is not for you. This is an in-house conversation. So I'm calling all warfighters in, man. I'm looking forward to hearing your direct experience down in the comments below. So I knew when I released this last video that there's going to be a lot of great dialogue about some of the strain that's out there. And believe me, team, I know that there are some days that are much harder and much worse than others, especially during things like inventory, right? Pre-change of command and change of command inventories, especially when you happen to have NCOs and soldiers who don't know how to lay things out properly. And so it just takes 15, 20 times and you're working until 02. I know we have had to embrace the suck, but we need to have some real talk here. Out of 12 months out of the year, you only work at the most 11 because we all get 30 days paid vacation. Working to the left from that 11 months, we have about 10 4-day weekends. So not counting the weekends, just counting those extra 2 dances on the front end and the back end, that's 20 days. Once you add in all the organized grab-ass days or org days, once you add in all of the other single soldier events, married couple retreats, and all that stuff, and every time your first sergeant says zonk, you're cutting down to almost only 10 months a year that we're working. Look at the individual week. How much time is the average soldier working? I know full good and well that about 10 to 20% of the force does 100% of the work. Your squared away junior enlisted soldiers get worked on way too hard. Your squared away NCOs get worked on way too hard. And officers get worked hard, but that's okay because that's what they get paid to do. And your senior NCOs, some of them work hard. And the other ones are off cupcaking and lollipopping. But for that other 80% of the population, how much are they actually working? Because this is where the complaints are really coming in from. Right? I'm being overworked. Well, out of a regular day, if you have PT from 6:30 to 7:30, you're probably only PT'd for an hour because of all the stretching and your AAR that was worthless. So you have maybe you have an hour there. And that's really if you're getting after it. And then maybe your first work call is 09 after that. So you didn't work in between. You're not getting taxed there. So at 9, you're standing in a formation. You're not working. There's no stress. Maybe it's a typical Monday morning and you're doing motor pool maintenance. So you have all day to do this maintenance. And you can get it done in 10 minutes, which is what you do. Because all we do, when I say we, I mean we collectively, maybe not necessarily you, but we collectively, we pencil whip our stuff so that we can go on and do other things. Whether it's go sitting in the car, whether it's playing on our phone in the motor pool, whether it's taking smoke breaks or whatever it is. But even if you did maintenance right into standard and it took you half a day, let's say, to get that done, and a couple hours after that to finish up some paperwork and whatnot. That wasn't that hard. Maybe it's going to the range, and you're going all day to the range. You're actually only working like 20 minutes. But you're out there all day, right? The rest of the time, we're sitting on our asses, and we're standing by to stand by. After chow, it's 13 to 17. I mean, that's 4 more hours. So even on a given day, 80% of this population is probably only working 20 minutes. So do you need more people? Do you need retention to be better? Do you need recruiting to be better, to increase? Or do you need NCOs holding themselves and those who are in their charge accountable? I know it's not the easiest thing to say, but team, I believe what we need are NCOs that hold themselves and those who are in their charge accountable. and to stay productive, right? If we were on a regular job and it wasn't contract, it wasn't under the UCMJ, we didn't sign this contract, and you had somebody who's cupcaking and lollipopping, man, you'd fire him. Had somebody show up late, you'd fire him. We can't do that because we're contract laborers, right? But if you have to stay productive. And if you're out there and you're one of the ones who loves to ShamWow, go hide in the car, tell me you don't know people who hide in their cars. Come on. It happens all the time. We have to do better than this. And it's the only way to get better is to grind hard, to do an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. And believe it or not, we get paid an honest day's wages. I mean, right out the gate, at least 10% of your formation is broken and can't do work for medical or legal reasons. Right out the gate. You probably have another 10 to 20% who will do that close to the bare minimum. Then you have a few more who will at least be present, but will not offer any discipline initiative at all. And you have all these people standing around, standing by to stand by, saying, well, nobody told me what to do. Okay, it's not just the diamond in me. I know we can do better. But I'm deeply looking forward to your thoughts and your comments. And again, team, I'm gonna stress and reiterate again that I know that there are some days that are worse than others. And I know that when I deployed all 3 times, I wasn't working a 8-hour shift. And as a leader, man, I wasn't even working a 12-hour shift. I was working damn near all the time, 7 days a week. And so it's okay to have some white space. It's okay to have some white space, especially when you're in garrison and you're in between these times, right? You need some time to not run yourself ragged, to not drive yourself mad. But even in these times, team, you have to keep yourself and those who are in your charge engaged. It could be sending them to a school. You could be doing some specific training that you and or those who are in your charge want to get after. I promise you, if you do that, if you can keep people engaged and keep them busy, not just doing BS busy work, but something that is productive, something that leads to a win, you'll see better morale in your formations. Team, let me know what you think down below. Till then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked.